So now guys, I will be telling you about the global variable and constants and variables, and I will be telling you about the instance variables, how we can create that, and we will be working with them soon. And also, I will be telling you about the local variables as well. So create, uh, let's see how we can create a global variable. So you can create a global variable by this. Right click on that on your game events, and you can see it, add event option, add a comment, add group, add a global variable. So we have to create a global variable. Let's add that, and you can give a name to your global variable. Let's give it as my global variable. So we are creating a variable. Variable uh, is a storing element that stores something that varies with time. So okay, so we can store many type of things. For example, we can store a text as well, we can store a number as well, so we can store anything as we want. Now we can set initial value of this variable to either 0, we can set it to 500, 300, anything. So let's set it to 0, and you can give some description to that, but I don't want. And you can click on OK. So let's click on OK. Now you can go above and at the top most portion, and you can see that your global variable, my global variable, has been created, and value has been assigned, that is 0 is being assigned to this variable. So as I have told that a variable is that is a data holding memory that is holding some value, uh, that is now it is holding 0. Okay, so you can assign it anything as you want, and it can be reassigned. What does it mean? That it can change values from time, as it is known from variable. Variable means vary with time. So as our game goes on, the value of the variable goes on changing. So now we can go forward and create a global constant. Now we have created a variable, and now we can create a global constant. So how we can create that? So you can create that by add with global variable. Click on that, right click, and then add a global variable. And now we can create a constant. You can create that and click on give it a suitable name, that is my, and give it constant. And now type type is a number. I want it to be number, and initial value to be 10, and click on constant, and then click on OK. So if you go on the topmost position, then you can see your my constant to be 20. So what does mean by constant and variables? What is the difference between constant and variables? The variables are the values that hold some that are the memory points that hold some values, but they can vary with time. But the constants are the memory holding positions that don't vary with time. They are constants that they doesn't change. So we can know the constants and variables in simple terms. It means that memory, my constant is equal to 20 and it cannot be changed. But I can change my global variable to some other value. For example, now let's create a local variable. And yes, see the difference between the global variable and local variable. So you can create a local variable which is being local to some context. What does it mean? That is that you can create a variable that is being only available to this section or this section or some any other section. It means that it is only available to a certain specific section in which it is being created. Okay, for example, if I put this my global variable and paste it here, let's paste it, click on that. Now you can see that it is showing as like it is pointing some words, and it is showing that it is a local variable, local number, my global is equal to 0. I have pasted that my global variable to this local variable. I have created a local variable, and if I want to call this, if I want to use that global variable in some other sections of the code, then I can't use that. So this is the use of local variable, and a global variable can be used in any section, any of the section I want. So this is the difference between global variable and local variable. Let's see some instance variables, how we can create instance variables, and what does it mean by instance variables. So what does it mean by instance variables? Let's see that. If you click on any of the object of your game, then you can see that in the properties tab, let's zoom it out. You can see in the properties tab, you can go downwards. There is an option of instance variables. Okay, you can add an instance variable to your object. So now I have clicked on the bird as it is showing that bird, and now I can add some instance variable to that bird. So let's add some instance variable to that bird. So let click on this plus sign and name it as my life. Okay, and add it to be number. So let's see that here it is showing boolean, number, and text. So what does it mean by boolean? Boolean is a memory storing element that stores only true and false. It is a data type. Boolean is a data type that is of any variable that tells you that your variable is either true or false. Okay, either 0 or 1. So now I am selecting that zero number, and then I am making it 3. Initial value of the my life is 3. I am making it my life as 3. It means I am giving chances only to 3. Okay, so now click on OK. So click back and let's zoom out. Now you can see that a bird has another instance variable, that is you can't being able to see that variable in any in your event sheet, that is in the upside corner, but you can see if you click on the bird, then you can see that an instance variable has been created. If you go upwards, you can see that my life is equal to 3, but you can change that instance variable in that in the below section and that event sheet. So that's all for about global variables, local variables, instance variables, constants, and all these types. So now you have a better understanding of the global variables, local, and instance variables. So that's all for this video. Let's go on to the next video.